Regina from Count Station Honey Farm. After I took and put the video on Facebook and YouTube about making the Forsythia Jelly, I had so many people want to see how we made dandelion jelly. So today I wanted to get back with you. We're going to make dandelion Forsythia, which are both beautiful yellow flowers in the spring. So, you know, since God gives those to us, we got to go on and use them and enjoy them. So today, that's what we're going to do. So I made a tea out of the blossoms of those two flowers, and I used about 9 cups of blossoms. Now, this is no exact science. So if you want to use 6 cups of one and 3 cups of the other, or half and half, or whatever you want to do, that's fine. You can mix it the way you want to. Take and put your boiling water in there, which would be about 3 cups. So that would be a making. Now in mine I have 2 makings, so that would be double that amount. And then you're going to use a nice sugar, and I use a pretty high quality sugar. You can also use the other 2. It's just what I have, so it's the Domino sugar. Also, I want to show you the color of what you get off of your dandelions and your Forsythia. Now also, it's calling for honey now, of course. Notice Count Station Honey Farm. You may want to get that too, because after all, we're at Count Station. And then we have the lemon juice, and then we have vanilla that we're going to put in it, and then we're going to have pectin. Now for the one batch, you take 1 batch of pectin, but since I'm making a double batch, I've got 2 packages of pectin. So just a few minutes, I'll show you how to get everything put back together. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to start getting your tea boiling again. So I've got my little heater here, my little stove here, on boil. And what I'm going to do first is, it has to have lemon juice in it. This is what gives it the acidity. So you're going to put 2 tablespoons per making. So if you're making 1 making of it, you put 2 tablespoons. If you're making the 2 that I'm making, you're going to make 4. So we're going to go and put that in and get that done. That's done here. We're going to set this aside because we won't need it again. And then, give it a little stir. Next, you have to add your pectin. Now, if you're making 1 batch of it, you only add 1 packet of your powdered pectin. If not, if you're making 2, you have to add 2 packages of your pectin. Now, what this does is it gives it the gelatin. It's basically a gelatin type product, and it's made from fruit also. So we're going to add it. Now add it slowly, because if you add it fast, you get little lumps, and it's really hard to get stirred in. So I'm going to add it slowly. This is boring. Okay, but it's going in slowly. The entire thing's now. Now, you've got your pectin added, and what you're going to do at this point, bring it up to a boil and let it boil for 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, I have got my tea is now boiling, and we have to add our sweeteners to it now. So I've got 3 cups of the sugar in my bowl. I measured it out. And we're going to put 3 cups of honey. So first of all, I'm going to add my sugar to it. So, and this too, please add slowly, because if you don't, then it gets clumpy and you can't get it to unclump that easily. So make sure you add it. Boy, this really smells good, Bruce. Little at a time. Keep going. Okay, sugar in. Let's scoop that up. Now, I have a little trick I wanted to show you too about your honey. You know how when you pour honey into your cup? My director is helping me out with this, okay? Okay, you know when you pour honey into your cup, how it always sticks? If you take, before I do it, take your spray, cooking spray, and spray your cup before you put it in there. I want to show you how easy it comes out. And you have very little even sticking in your cup, which is pretty neat. So, you know, you may want to, you know, maybe something you want to think about. Now, I'm going to use, this has 2 cups in it, a pint jar does. So I'm going to add all of this. Of course, I'm not going to spray my jar because the honey's already in it. So remember, Town Station Honey Farms honey. Just trying to drive that home, okay? We don't want anybody going and getting the China honey. Okay. Ooh, this makes it even smell better. Now, if you don't scrape your jar good, the honey mafia comes and gets you, because there's honey in there and the poor bees had to work hard to get it there. We would not want the honey mafia to come and yank you up. So make sure you scrape that jar out good and save a bee's life. Okay, now we're going to let this come back to a boil again. Now this time it has to boil for 2 minutes. And then after that, we're going to jar up. And I'm going to show you how to jar up too. But until then, I'll be... Okay, now we have boiled in a hard boil that you can't stir down for 2 minutes. And we're going to put it in our jars. Now my jars I've had in the dishwasher. I washed them good and then I sterilized them in the dishwasher. So, anyway, we're going to take and we're going to put... Let me turn my handle here. Our jelly into our jars. Now this is really good. It's got kind of a honey taste to it. It's really good. So we're going to fill up our little jars. Now this too, you want it to be 1/4 of an inch from the top, like I told you about the other. The reason for that is that's what they recommend, for one thing, and the other, it helps it to seal. Always take a nice clean cloth. I use a paper towel. Go it around the edges of your jar, because you don't want any kind of debris on top of your jar, because if there is, it will not seal. We're going to fill up all of our little jars, and we're going to put it in our cold water canner, and it's going to process for 10 minutes at boiling, rolling boil now. And then you're going to take it out. You're going to leave it in there, but you're going to turn it off, take off the lid, and leave it 5 minutes. Then you're going to take it out and just set it. Don't bother it for 24 hours and watch it gel. Okay, now I'll bring you back and show you what it's going to look like after we get it out of the canner. Okay, now I've got the jars I put into the cold water canner, the cold water bath. Okay, now I think I've got it close enough where you can see it's starting to boil. When you get a good rolling boil, and it's going to come up any minute, you want to take and put your lid on there and and you may have to turn your heat down to like a medium at this point. Set your timer for 10 minutes. and make sure it boils good for 10 minutes. Then after that, turn your kettle off here. Turn your heat off of your kettle here, and then take and set for 5 minutes with this open. And then after that, just remove and set on your rack or your clean cloth over there for 24 hours, and don't bother it because it'll set up. Now, I have seen something with honey when you're trying to make this. Honey has more moisture in it than sugar, so you may have a little bit of a more fluid product. If necessary, cook a couple more minutes longer, and then see if that doesn't work out for you. Because you know honey's going to set up on its own when it gets cool, and you've got a hot ingredient here. Just keep in mind that you might want to tweak it a little, and we'll see it when it's done. Okay, now we have finished processing our jellies. We boiled them in the boiling water bath for 10 minutes. Then we turned off the heat, took off the lid, and left that for 5 minutes. Now we've removed them just to a clean towel, laid them here on the counter. Now, they are a beautiful golden honey color. Now, this will take a little while to gel, so make sure that you leave them there for 24 hours. Another thing to remember, when they're finished, you guys are be using 2-piece lids, okay? But whatever lids that you're using, you make sure that this lid has sealed. When you take it out right now, it's not, but as it cools, it will seal itself. So make sure you do that. Also, anytime that you're doing any processing of any kind, whether it be honey or pickles or beans or tomatoes or meats or whatever you're going to do, you make sure that your work area is clean. You want it free from any type of bacteria or spores as you can get it. And then plus too, when you get ready to do anything, you want everything out so that it goes right in when you need it and you're not running all over the kitchen. Okay, this is the end of making Forsythia Dandelion Jelly. Tomorrow the store will be open to shop, so make sure you stop over. They'll be in there by then. Should be looking pretty good. And so stop by, see us at Count Station Honey Farm.